making Thursday, things we're making Thursday, yeah. Things we're making Thursday, things we're making Thursday, things we're making Thursday, yeah.
Okay, let's try this again for the third time. Hi everybody, it's Jenna from Jenna's Stitches. Today is Thursday, March 16th. For some reason I really wanted to say Wednesday, but that wouldn't make any sense since this is a Things We're Making Thursday video. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you like what you see, please think about liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing, all that good stuff. I would really appreciate it. And if you're returning, welcome back. If you are new, you probably don't know what Things We're Making Thursday is. It is a year-long collab that I am doing with tons of other channels. I think there's about 15 or 16 at this point. And what we do is every month we pick a free pattern and we work on that together throughout the month. I guess together wouldn't really be the correct word because we don't actually work on it together and we're all kind of doing our own things with the patterns, but we work on it at the same time, I guess is a better way to put it. So for January, we did a corner-to-corner graphic called the Heartthrob Blanket. For February, oh, I said that really weird, February, we did a basket called It's a Hoot Owl container. Mine is actually right there. It holds my temperature blanket yarn. And then for March, we are making some pillow covers or cases, whatever you want to call them, which I will show you the pattern in just a minute. But every month we just pick a free pattern. So far, all the patterns have been from Yarnspirations, but they don't have to be. They can be anywhere you find them online as long as they're free. And yeah, we work on it all at the same time. It's really, really fun because everybody has something completely different, especially this month. I think this is the first month that nobody is going by the colors in the pictures. So for January, when it was just a few of us doing it, a few people did follow the colorways on the pattern, a few of us strayed from that. And then for February, which again was the basket, there was a few people who made baskets similar to what was in the picture. A lot of people strayed from it. And then this month, the yarn that is recommended in the pattern is actually discontinued. So you can find it some places, but finding it in the exact colorways is nearly impossible. So no one could really follow the picture. So it's really cool to see what everybody chose to do with their pillowcases or pillow covers, whatever you want to call them, because nobody's are the same. And that's the one thing I enjoy the most about this, and I think I've said it every month so far, is just seeing the creativity of everybody come out. Everybody's stuff is completely different from the next person's, and it's really cool to see the same pattern done in so many different ways. And then this month for the pattern, we are doing the Luxe Pillow Trio. And again, they're pillow covers, pillowcases. Here is what they look like. Again, it is a Yarnspirations pattern. It is designed by Lorna Miser. And it did recommend Red Heart Dreamy, but again, it's discontinued. So we've all kind of had to pick different stuff. As soon as we picked this pattern, I already knew what yarn I was going to use because I bought some yarn specifically to make pillowcases or pillow covers. So I was pretty excited about that, but you did have the option to, or do, because we're only halfway through the month, option to do any of the 3 different types of pillowcases. The first one here is more, it's words. They call it a cluster stitch. To me, it's more of like a popcorn stitch or a bobble stitch than a cluster stitch, but it's basically popcorn or bobble stitches throughout. I started that one. I didn't like how it looked, so I went ahead and skipped to a different one. And then pillowcase number 2 here is a basket weave pattern, and then pillowcase number 3, you cannot tell what it is at all by the picture. I know I've heard that in a lot of people's videos. They're like, I don't even know what pillowcase number 3 is supposed to be. And honestly, I felt the same until I started working it up. I didn't know what it was going to look like because you can't see it in the picture. But that is the one I went with, and I actually finished it. Yeah, I finished it. So here is the front of it, and I didn't really follow the size in the pattern at all. Honestly, I only followed for the front part of the pattern. The rest of it, I kind of just went with it and did my own thing, because I've had this pillow for a couple years now. I got it as a Christmas present, I think, not this past Christmas, but the one before that. And it's kind of like, it's the fabric of a like outdoor patio pillow, if that makes any sense. It kind of feels like it's like a waterproof pattern fabric. And it's been sitting around displayed, but we've never really used it as a pillow. And for some reason, this yarn just spoke pillowcase to me, and as soon as I saw this yarn, I was like, I need to make a pillow cover for that pillow. So that's what I did. So here it is. The Red Heart Dreamy that the pattern calls for, on the pattern states it's a number 4. It was labeled as a number 5, but it is just the halo on the yarn that causes it to be a number 5. The thickness of the yarn itself is more like a 4. I chose to go with Karen Spice Cakes in the colorway raspberry something or other. I want to say raspberry sorbet, but I don't know if that's correct. And I don't have the ball band because I used the entire skein and a little bit of a second one to finish this, and the second one is out in my living room right now, so I can't go grab it. But it's raspberry something, and these were a limited time only yarn out last Christmas, or winter season. I know there are some listings on the Michaels app right now for some spice cakes, but it's only the ones that they have left over, so you can't get this anymore. Hopefully it comes out again soon, because I really, really enjoyed it. But it is a number 6 weight, so it is a thicker, bulkier yarn. I don't know. I don't think at all that it was classified correctly, which is definitely odd for Karen. I think they're usually pretty good with their weights, but to me, this is not a 6 at all. It is a 5. And yeah, it's a 5. I was gonna say it could even be a 4, but it is a little bit thicker than most 4s. So I would say this is actually a thin, bulky 5. Definitely not a 6. But I love it. I don't know why I just went on a tangent about that, but... And I didn't realize that while working the whole thing up, but that definitely is not a bulky number 6. Like, that's a 5 if you're lucky. But there it is. So this is the pattern number 3. You can't really, again, tell from the picture what it looks like. It is these, I would call these clusters. Not the first pattern, but what you do is you make your chain, and then you skip the first double crochet, or skip the first stitch, 3 double crochets in the next 3 stitches, and then in the 4th one you double crochet over the 3 you just made and into the first one that you skipped to create this like X pattern that you see throughout it. And I love it. I think it's a really cool design. I really love how this yarn worked up. I didn't color control or anything. I just kind of went with it. And the really cool part about it is that my back looks nothing like my front. And you can see how the yarn works up doing different stitches, because it looks completely different. And I think I already mentioned, but I only really followed the pattern in order to do this front part. I didn't follow measurements or anything, because I honestly don't even know what size this pillowcase is. I just kept taking what I was working on and holding it up to the pillow to make sure it was the right size. So there is the front. In the patterns, the backs do call for this like flap so you can get the pillow in and out and to button it up. I chose not to do that. I just went with all double crochet. But you can see how the back is just like a mix of the purple and pink, more of a marbled feel, where on the front it kind of pooled in its different colors. So I thought that was really, really cool. So I just did double crochet all up the back of it. I didn't really want to do the buttons or anything. I don't think this pillowcase is ever going to need to come off, which it can't, because I crocheted it closed, but I didn't really feel it necessary to put the buttons on the back or anything, so there it is. And then to attach it all together, I again didn't follow the pattern at all. I just did a single crochet border all the way around, and I think that gave it a little bit more texture, and I think it looks really cool. I don't know if it's picking up too well on camera, but I think having that like ridge going around it for the single crochets I did all the way around makes it look really, really cool. And I've actually been using this every day since I finished it. It has become my like lap desk. I've been putting it on my lap every night and putting my laptop on top of it, but I really like it. So there it is. And I did start a second pillow because we are only halfway through the month, and I need to make another one to make it through the rest of the month. And I just realized that it got a little dark. I started a second pillowcase, and I'm gonna do the second pattern, so the basket weave one, because again, I really didn't like the first one. I was trying to unlock my computer, but it's not working. So I'm gonna be working on this one here, and I did start it, but I didn't get too far on it at all. I got maybe like that much done. And the pillow that I'm gonna be using that for is much smaller. I would say it's probably that wide by maybe that tall, so it's a much smaller pillow. So again, I'm not going to be following measurements or anything. I'm kind of just going to hold it up to the pillow as I work on it and make sure it fits right. But I don't remember what hook size I started it with. I started it before I even finished that one, so it had to have been Friday last week, because that's when I bought the yarn. And I remember starting it that night, and I didn't like write down what I was doing or anything. I just kind of started working on the basket weave, and I don't know what hook size it was. So thankfully I don't have much done, because I'm going to restart it, and I will show you guys that next week. Don't know if you can really tell from here, but that yarn right there, the one in the middle of all the blue ones, so this like fallish looking one, which probably looks like nothing to you guys, is what I'm using for it. So I'll show you the yarn more in detail next week and show you the start of it. I'll probably get most of the front panel done, if not all of it, to show you guys next week. But that is what I have for you guys. With the things we're making Thursday, I will have every other channel participating linked down below. It was a collab started by myself, Heather at Strings and Threads, Darla from It's in the Bag Crochet with Darla, Jess from J Hook Magic, Tiffany from CMM Designs, and Erin from Crafting Kitty. And then we have just had so many channels join us since then, which is absolutely fantastic. So if you have a channel and you want to join us, definitely let one of us know. My email is always linked in the description, as well as pretty much every other channel. So always just reach out to one of us and let us know that you want to join in, and we will add you to the list. But the whole list of people who are participating will be linked down below. Again, you're more than welcome to join in. And if you don't like the pattern that we're working on this month, or once we show next month what we're working on next month, you are more than welcome to skip and come back in another month if we're working on something you like. It's not something that everybody has to participate in every single month along the way. Also, if you don't have a channel and you want to participate, I created a Facebook group, which again I will have linked down below, where you can post your progress and post your pictures on there. And then at the end of every month, Heather from Strings and Threads is going to make a compilation type video showing all the pictures we received in the Facebook group. Even if you don't want to participate and you just want to see what everybody's doing, go ahead and join the Facebook group. We have so many people on there who don't have channels who are showing their progress on the patterns that we've been working on. I will also have January and February's patterns linked down below, just in case you want to check those out. Just because we're done with them doesn't mean you can't work on them. And I'll obviously have March's linked down below. And if you don't want to do Facebook and you don't have a channel, but you want to show us your progress, email us some pictures. I'm completely cool with that too. I would love to see everybody's progress regardless of the way you get it to me. So if you want to make a video for your first time to participate, awesome. If you want to join the Facebook group and post pictures there, awesome. If you don't feel comfortable doing either and you just want to email me a picture, go right ahead. I would really, really appreciate it and really like to see your progress in your work. So that is all I have for you today. Make sure you check out every other channel involved. Again, it's really cool to see everybody's creativity come to life and see one pattern, well, in this case, 3 patterns, done in so many different ways. So I hope everybody has a great day, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye. So I completely forgot to mention, and I wanted to throw it in here, that the jingle that you see at the beginning of the video is created by Jess from J Hook Magic and her husband. Absolutely fantastic. Great job, Jess. I love it so much. Tell your husband the same. So I just wanted to let everybody know that. Bye.